Spring is upon us, and the beauty of the flowers blooming, the tulips coming alive, the birds chirping, the green grass growing, the sunrise, I am soaking it all in. Today I want to share with you a day in the life as a mama of 4 young ones and how this has changed my life. This particular thing and just how I view motherhood has changed me, and hopefully will be some encouragement to you as a mama to just change your perspective. I like to show the routines of my day because it's kind of just something that I do on, honestly, like 5 to 6 days out of the week. My routines are the same. And yes, some of you may be thinking, oh, that's so mundane. You get up before the kids, you go walk, exercise, read your Bible. That time for me is so nourishing and so fruitful and so needed, honestly, because I feel so refreshed after being outside in nature, spending time in God's Word, and working my body physically so that I can conquer the day. And I love just being out in God's beauty and seeing all that there is, like the blooms on our crabapple tree, my tomato plants that are growing in my kitchen window, and the tulips, all the little things that really just make me smile. There's so many things that can really make a home feel more functional and smooth and just work well. And I've shared lots of those things on my videos before, like practical tips and homemaking and motherhood tips and how to be more productive, how to create those rhythms and systems in your home. And that is wonderful and great. And I love that in my home. I really am a rhythms person. And I just think that's something that really makes a home function well, like rhythms of having a set breakfast time and knowing when school time's going to start, knowing what the day kind of brings. Those really help me with my rhythms in my life and just being able to be a better mom and homemaker. But there's something else that really has changed me lately that I feel like, not just lately, it's been a work in progress. And that is my heart change and kind of my heart posture towards motherhood and what has truly changed me in viewing how I mother, how I wife, and how I take care of my family. So as the forts are built and they spend some time being creative, I do some of the practical things like making bread, getting myself ready for the day, making sure everything is running functionally and smoothly. Then I enjoy reading to the kids. But something I've really tried to maintain in my home and in my mind and in my heart most of all is why, like the why behind why we do these efforts day in and day out, the things that are mundane and just take so much time and effort, the things that you do spend hours on, like making a meal and then it's eaten in less than 20 minutes. Why? The why behind it all, and the mindset is what has changed everything. So there's a quote that I want to share with you that I read in the book You Bet Your Stretch Marks by Abby Halberstadt. And it's not a quote per se, but it's quoting her. So it goes like this. All days are worth the effort because we have been granted this work at this time with these humans as a way of serving and loving God and His people well. I have shared this before, but it is the truth. We do this to serve God and to love the people around them well. This changed everything. I've said it before in videos, but I think not till reading it from somebody else did I honestly recognize what that meant for me. So the simple things of the day, like being able to go outside and sit in a lawn chair and school outside using chalk, finding the blossoms on the crabapple tree and smelling the beautiful flowers, just really the heart behind that of, I'm just doing this because I love my kids and I'm enjoying it and I want them to enjoy it too. You smell them? Want to smell? So here's another quote from the same book, actually in that same section that I just read. Honestly, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. Truly honest motherhood understands that genuine contentment isn't tied to circumstances. Some days will feel aching hard, and we can take them to the Lord, completely depleted, and be granted new mercies for the morning. There's so many beautiful things about quotes and scriptures that pertain to motherhood, and I wanted to compile just few that are encouraging to me, and they are found over on my blog, daviekillian.com. I have put together 25 or more quotes and scriptures that I have found helpful for me in motherhood, and hopefully will be helpful for you over there on my blog. So as we enjoy the outdoors on this beautiful spring day, we've spent most of the day outside, from doing school outside, just smelling the flowers, taking little walks, to making mud soup and blossom soup. We're just enjoying what it has and really relishing in the slow days, because I know from many friends who have older kids, these slower days where you can just be with your kids and let them play all afternoon doesn't last forever. And so I know on those hard days, those hard moments when there's disciplining to be done, when sickness happens, messes happen, that will pass. And God gives us the sustenance to be able to get through. And if you aren't a Christian, I just hope that you can find encouragement in this as well, just knowing like we do have a new day that God has granted us to be able to change our perspective and change our attitude on the hard of the mothering and the challenges that come about. And I've been really relishing in knowing that hard things will happen, but knowing that God will sustain us and we can get through those hard things, and that I just need to continue in the work of my home and my family, because that's what I feel I have been told to do. And I used to be a music teacher and I loved it, and I thought I was going to be teaching the rest of my life, and that changed. And obviously I now have 4 young children, beautiful children, that I am really looking forward to raising and being part of the family and coming to know the Lord. And so the encouragement that I share, the thing that has changed me is, like I said in that quote, that all days are worth the effort because we have been granted this work at this time with these humans as a way of serving and loving God and his people well. Just something to dwell on and think about. And life is coming upon us, that the mundane of folding laundry, making food, wiping bums, and brushing teeth, and getting kids dressed, taking them to appointments, teaching them, all of that is so worth the effort, because we are raising these humans to be adults and young adults and get out on their own in the future. And what a big feat that is, to know that we are the ones who are training them for their life ahead. And what a blessing, honestly, that God gave you, your children, your husband, who you have, you and your husband, to help encourage and raise those children. So the daily tasks still do call. I was able to get my laundry done and able to make my bed, which I love having a freshly made bed, doing some baking and cooking of my loaf of bread that we have weekly. I often actually make 2. And now I got the little baby down, sang his song, and working on supper prep, which I am making some tacos. But I didn't have any tortillas on hand, and I don't know why I've never done this, but making homemade tortillas was what I planned to do. And it was not as difficult as, for some reason, my mind thought it would be. Again, this is the efforts that we go into, the work that we do, right? Sometimes our mind tricks us thinking, oh, it's so much work to make homemade tortillas or homemade this. And then you end up doing it and you're like, that was easy. Besides, I ended up having a little helper who was able to help me. And she ended up rolling out all the tortillas while I fried them up. And it just went very smoothly, and something I could see myself doing more often every time we have a taco night. To get it more tortilla size. It has to be so thin.
Like the
other. Think of how when we buy them. Oops. As my daughter and I work in tandem together, she's rolling out the tortillas and I'm cooking them. It's something that I think about, wow, she is learning how to prepare food and make food, and my kids enjoy doing things like that, but it's just fun to know that she's getting her independence and wanting to do things on her own, and that the efforts we put in when they're young pay off dividends greatly as they get older, because children, as they get older, can really help out as well in the home and be part of making a home function and run smoothly. So now I'm just making a kind of concoction banana bread because I only had 2 bananas, and the recipe I typically use calls for 3. It is over on my blog. It's easy and delicious banana bread. It was my mom's growing up. I love it. It's a go-to. Many people have tried it and seem to like it. But I used some applesauce I had left in the fridge that we had opened up, and then my 2 mushy bananas, and then I also threw some chopped walnuts in it. I like adding extras in my breads, whether it be chocolate chips, walnuts, raisins, or all of the above, because I just like that extra texture. So I thought I'd whip that up real quick too while I was having the oven on and cooking in the kitchen. So multitasking, that's not really multitasking. Doing 2 things to be accomplished in the kitchen while you're working really helps with making my home function, honestly, a little bit more smooth. So that way then now we have banana bread for some snack time. As I enjoy my afternoon latte, watching the kids make their fun, muddy messes, I want to share another quote that I found that is very fitting. Motherhood is a choice that you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing even when you're not sure what the right thing is, and to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong. Donna Ball. always say springtime is a time to eat outside when the bugs are less prevalent and the evenings are a little bit cooler. So we enjoy our evenings as a family, eating outside, playing games as a family, and just enjoying the time with our little kids that God has given us. So I hope you're encouraged today and know this has changed me, and hopefully you can feel a heart and mindset shift as well in how you view yourself as a mom. And if you're already knowing it's good work, continue in what you do well.